rather hello and cheerio and all that.
Yeah, I give him a bandana and he's instantly British. What's that about? It's held right here, the power.
It's +1 to regional dialect.
Yeah, so. Of course. Yeah. Nailing it, buddy. Nailing it.
Before we get kicked off, I actually do have a little bit of an announcement, is that we've actually activated another incentive goal towards our Symphony of the Night crowd control run to upgrade it to a randomizer variant. So we are...
Oh, yeah.
So we are setting it at $1,000 raised. If we can raise $1,000 between this run and Portrait of Ruin, then you'll get a randomized version of the Symphony of the Night crowd control. So let's get those donations in. Let's get extremely hype. Bowie, and let's get into the meat and potatoes of things.
Yeah, definitely do that, because A, this man's amazing, and B, you're going to love that if we can get that met. Hello, I'm Bo the Hero. This is Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth, which is an extremely unnecessarily long name. So from now on, I'm either going to call it Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth or just call it Deedlit, just because it's too much of a mouthful with a stutter. It's a Metroidvania game. Before I get started, just want to say that it's a game based on a anime, based on a book, based on a D&D campaign. So like back in the 80s, some Japanese guys played D&D, really enjoyed it, wrote a book, really enjoyed that, made an anime, really enjoyed that, made some games, and then they wrote a new book, and this game leads into it. That's why it made a sudden appearance last March. But yeah, before we get started, I want to delete a file that I don't want to use. These files, also, thank you very much for meeting the Out of Bounds showcase that I'm going to do a little bit later, so these files are here for that, to show that off. It's really, really cool. I hope you enjoy it when I get around there. But first off, I've got to actually perform a run, so let's get ready. I have to press the timer, don't I? Mm-hmm. I love this button. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Thank you. So yeah, it's a Metroidvania. We're going to be starting off with some very, very well-known Metroidvania-style movement with a backdash, which is going to be chained endlessly as one of our main forms of movement. You may recognize a general kind of movement style of this character. We like to call Deedlit Girlucard sometimes because, yeah, you'll see. There we go. Yeah,
as you can see, backdash is kind of like the quickest way of getting around at the current moment and can serve as a means to get away from a lot of enemies. You can actually phase through enemies through the invincibility, and we're just going right into it with another element. We have the wind element, which we are actually going to take a lot of care of in upgrading, getting spells for, and whatnot. And also, you actually get a little bit of float there.
Yeah. So when you hold down the jump button, you can like float and kind of slow down your descent. But if you hold up, you can actually gain a little bit of extra height, and then you can kind of move from there. And actually, it's required for the beginning. So if you go right on this first screen, which you can do, you get locked out immediately and are forced to go the other way. These imps are annoying. The way that enemies move is not random per se, but it's based on how you enter a room and the movement you do in a screen. So. Let me get this. There we go. That's a perfect screen transition, which if I get that right, doesn't despawn the previous screen. So the imp doesn't respawn against me, which is really nice. Tank a hit there, of course, because I'm silly. Didn't get. Oh, there we go.
Nice phase through.
So that's the backdash enemy phasing that we were talking about. So if you've played Ikaruga, you may know a little bit about color changing, and that is kind of like the crux of this game's kind of gimmick, if you will. That we have Sylph, obviously the wind element, but we've also got Salamander, the fire element, and we can use that to explode and not get hit by fire, which is great.
Yeah, not just by fire attacks, but various like deadly stage hazards a little bit later in the run that you'll get to see as well.
So what's happening here is I'm just hitting these, this is just a little tutorial to soul level. So if you kill enemies or hit these chunks of meat in one element, you'll gain soul experience for the other. It says level 3 there in the top. And what that means is that it works in two ways. It's a damage multiplier, which is extra damage. I think it's 50% extra damage at level 3 versus level 1. But also at max HP, you heal. You don't get any extra HP for leveling up, so we actually utilize the heal to kind of keep ourselves going when we need to do like extended damage boosts, like this next section here. So again, Ikaruga fans. Ooh, and then heal.
Yeah, he's going to want to take damage rather he has the fire element equipped, so he doesn't lose soul level for the wind element. You also notice that the knife was picked up when the fire element was picked up. Certain weapon types, like these, especially with really high attack speeds, can allow for really nice floats that you'll see traveling through horizontal areas with really nice, death pit traps or whatnot. You're going to be seeing a lot of that floating, a lot of that movement during this run.
And we're just getting
nice phase.
Enemy phases. I'm going to let him do that just so I can get my third one for swag. Swag is time neutral, don't worry. Thank you for that line there, Plexer. Okay, so yeah, if you also do these like down-angled stabs with these like knife-type weapons, you actually get a little bit of like slowdown in your descent. So if you fall too fast, you have like this landing animation. Just miss that. So here's the knife float straight over there. You can use that to maintain the height. The imp will come up to join us. Thank you very much. Heal up a little bit with wind, and I'm also going to use the wind's float to, again, slow down my descent. There we go. And then this is a really, really cool thing that you can do. I'm just going to skip this bow puzzle. Sadly, all of the bow puzzles we actually don't really do properly, because when you like ready the bow and you run against the wall, the arrow that kind of comes from the bow is kind of set behind the wall, so you can kind of just automatically do it. So this is our first boss fight, Abram. I didn't get my arrow off because I'm silly, but whatever.
That's right. When this cutscene finishes, he's going to buffer a dash to the left, get instantly in his face, lay on a DPS so as to avoid those attacks. This is actually going to be a really quick fight, so it'll be quick dashes to the right. He's going to change elements right here just to absorb that attack, keep laying onto him. Abram is going to do a little bit of a dive. We're going to be firing some arrows here, and this is all before. This is technically a quick kill still, because this is all before the desperation moves. Nearly every boss in the game has a desperation attack that we don't want to get to. Again, kind of like similar in typical Castlevania fashion. You don't want to see it. Takes too long, and you might get hit in the end. So, very nice fight.
Yeah. It's you can do it the one turn before, but yeah, normally I have the arrows to help out. So not only is the knife floating really good for horizontal movement, but you gain a little bit of height with it as well. So I just did a tiny skip there in order to just skip this little bit of movement. But now that I've picked up the slide, we've got the most important movement style that we're going to have in the entirety of the run, which is sliding and backdash chaining. Now both elements have a little gimmick. Obviously, wind can kind of go a little bit higher when you float. But with fire, you have an extended slide which has iframes at the start, which is very, very important. So I'll be in fire for extended sliding, and then back chaining these dashes as well. Wow, good.
Yeah, it's really good for the fire element having that extended invulnerability when you're doing that slide. So you're going to be just like seeing that pretty much mainly over the wind slide.
This next jump's really tight, so I'm just going to focus on it. That's too low. Don't be a silly person. That should be it.
There you go. Ooh. Yeah, you gotta stand on a specific stair just so to not get bonked whenever you do rise up to that roof there.
Cool. I've also got a really awesome arrow if I can get this. No. Ah, God. You can fall and get that perfectly whilst falling, and it's a very good feeling, but yeah. On to our second boss fight, Pyretess. Quite a straightforward fight, quite fast. She's weak to light, and I picked up the Will-O-Wisp earlier, which is a homing light attack. So I'm going to just charge these whenever I can and just hammer away with a knife. She's got quite telegraphed attack. She's going to ready her sword and then slice, nice and easy. But I'm actually going to end this fight on the right-hand side because it's one more kill. So I'm going to let her jump all the way over here, finish it off.
Nice. Yeah, I want to make sure that the boss fight is ended on the right to mitigate that travel time after the cutscene here.
Yeah, because she wants to run away, and if she's by the door, we can just go straight through. And again, I'm buffering things outside of every cutscene. So.
And honestly, that was just stage one.
Yeah. It's really, really cool that there's a dice indicating the stages, because again, this was based on a D&D campaign, so it's like a nice little like visual tell for the style. Ooh. Slight detour to pick up the Zebra. Yeah, the Zebra's a two-handed sword, and actually with its own property too, having a special pogo property. If you can have a downward stab, you can actually gain an incredible amount of height off of enemies or anything else that you hit. So you're going to be seeing that and other two-handed weapons. Oh, look at that. Other two-handed weapons along the way. We have an upgrade to the Sylph, the wind element. And again, we're going to be taking care of this because we later on in the run, we're going to be accruing very powerful spells that are attributed to the wind element. So in order to really shred bosses' HP, we're just going to level it up to at least 3.
I'm going to grab 3 of those power-ups.
I'm just going to go and do a quick safety save here, because the next trick I shouldn't screw up, but if I do, it's a soft lock completely, so I need to be careful here. Let me just get this now. Pogo up. So if I fall down here, I can't get back up, because I shouldn't be able to pogo to get up here, but I did, because I'm a speedrunner. Okay, so I wanted to maintain level 3 in fire, otherwise I'd need to ready this. So this is the next boss fight. This is Jin and Ifrit. So what I want to start by doing is doing a quick jump, 2 attacks in the air, then a 3rd one, and then get into a rotation of striking over with the Zebra. It's an overhead hit so I can hit him. Running this close to Jin means that I'm underneath his arm and the tornado cannot appear. What I want to try and do is get a really quick kill. Don't run away. Got him. And then I'm going to do a short hop and float to the left. Ifrit turns round, and his fireballs are off screen, so they're not coming onto screen and hitting me because they're wind. I'm in wind and they're fire, so it allows me to get through that fight nicely.
Really, really nice fight.
And we pick up the double jump. Obviously one of the most important upgrades in most Metroidvania-style games. Allows us to get more height, and this can be chained with things like knife floating and even the float from the wind element in order to get like extended stuff. Something's happened.
We hit a $25,000 raise.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, Twitch chat. Let's go. More donations.
Okay, we do have time for donations in a bit. I'm just gonna quickly get that particular screen loaded there. I've just loaded a warp zone. I'm going to use that a little bit later. Now I have a long extended bit of movement to go and get a button to press to unlock some doors. So now's a great time for donations. If our host is around, hello.
Yeah, I want to hear. Got us to 25.
There we are.
We've got a $30 donation from Papa Jan Zero. Hey ESA, got to donate during bowiethehero. I'm so happy to see him with a game he put so much time into. Happy we'll see the OoB too. Keep it up, y'all.
Please. Thank you very much.
That donation goes to I Want to Be the Boshi any %. Yeah. Now we have VaxHerd183 with a $256 donation saying best of luck Bowie and congrats again on that sub 40. Hashtag fighting class.
Thank you so much indeed.
Tiny Tim also donated saying, hey y'all, loving ESA today. The Xenoblade run was amazing and I just had to donate for the awesome combination of Bowie the Hero and Bobby the Blacktastic. You're both awesome people and I really do hope to see you at an event soon. Take care and good luck with the run. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Tim. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Lovely donations, much appreciated. We're going to do one of our only backtracks in this run now, because this is a fairly linear game. Like all the stages are self-contained. To get this perfect,
Nice.
That's hard. That's essentially what I'm doing is I'm hovering with the wind, and then kind of this almost like a frame after I change out of wind. I need to buffer out the pogo. That's really, really tricky. Shout outs to Jado, by the way, the community member who decided that pogoing was a good idea. At first, we all hated him for it, but now we love him, so it's okay. Because they seem quite daunting at first. It's always one of those things with speedrunning that new tricks can always be a little bit scary for us to kind of like get into until we really understand them and learn them. And I think it was a big moment for the community when we adopted all of the pogos that we do.
So yeah, we just went off the beaten path right there to pick up the Qatar. Qatar is an incredibly fast weapon, and we're going to be using that for the next couple of bosses. Okay, we're getting the drop down on the next try, some redemption, love it. And we got our main weapon of DPS. I mean, we're going to be picking up a couple more weapons along the way, but this is the what you're going to be seeing for now.
Mm-hmm. It's a speed 6 weapon, and for context, in order for a speed 6 weapon is double the speed of a speed 1 weapon. So in order for a speed 1 weapon to be better than the Qatar, it's got to have double the strength, which is like nuts. It's so powerful, and so powerful in fact that it's going to be the only weapon we use pretty much for the majority of the run. I'm just going to do a quick slide out here. The slide gives you instant full status and also makes it as if you've eaten your secondary jump. Which is a thing. So I should note that obviously this is the no out of bounds category, and this stage here actually has one of the few out of bounds that we use in the run, because it kind of gets us to this boss room. I'll show it later.
Yeah,
because he paid for it.
This is
Thank you again.
Shooting star. So Bowie's gonna keep a steady rhythm of forward and down stabs, just to kind of like really evade that fire and also the falling debris. But you can always obviously see this guitar just shredding this big dragon's HP like that. But you know, very, very, very nice. You know, keeping the height, not getting hit by the fire. Still a really, really good boss fight.
We've had some fun, and now it's time to have no fun at all, because stage 3 is horrible. My least favorite stage of the entire game. It's really tricky, but it's got some great things. So these roses have these little tendrils that come at them, and you can slide through them with the fire slide. But this one in particular, don't be a... Okay, cool. I'm just going to tank this hit, because I've been struggling to get the timing right on those vines. But most things can just be slid through if you just get the timing right. But yeah, there's a lot of like micromanaged movement here, which is really, really impressive. A thing to note about the fire slide is that it has 3 variations. Well, three parts to it, if you will. I'm just going to do this knife float and wind float to skip that room there. But yeah, you can go through enemies, and then you can also kind of like get bounced off them. So you can see that I'm kind of going through the first enemy and then bouncing with my toes off the second, and this allows me to like keep my rhythm up of sliding really fast to get through that zombie screen. But I did wait at the start to kind of let the zombies move a little bit, because if I'm too late, excuse me, Zalbard. Oh jeez. Zalbard appears in 2 games, this and Shining Force 2. It's amazing. But yeah, the Zalbards don't often do that. It's a bit weird, but we're okay. Just do a backdash slide here. This screen is where one of our other outer bounds happens. You'll see this a little bit later. I'm picking up these soul keys, by the way. This dungeon has a lock that needs 5 keys to open, so I'm just grabbing them as I go. But yeah. I'm going to do a damage boost here. Who likes damage boosts? Press 1 or say hi. Hello. Okay, now I'm going to kill these enemies, and is there actually a reason for me doing this? I will discuss it in just a bit, because I've got a boss fight coming up. But yeah. This next screen requires me to do a wind float. Switch again. I'm going to do 3 backdashes here for a setup on this screen. 1, 2, 3. Please let me get this. I've been practicing every day for this. Legend. Okay.
Bowie the legend.
That's a really, really tight window. You have basically no time to get past the wind barrier, switch into fire almost instantaneously, and then get through with the fire slide. So yeah, I've been practicing a lot for that.
Yeah, these last couple of rooms are a little bit hairy, especially with the Shadow Stalkers, because they can instantly dizzy you. Yes, there is a dizzy mechanic in a Metroidvania game. Yeah. The more hits that you take, that dizzy meter will go on up. But yeah, this is the next boss fight.
Yeah, we just got to... first off, we're going to have this story. Carla's showing herself here. Her name is Carla with a K. I know someone who'll be very impressed to see that, because usually Carla's with a C, but that one is with a K. I know 2 Carlas with a K. So yeah, here's our next fight now. We're going to start by fighting Carla. I'm just going to switch to Wind. I'm going to start by going to the right-hand side, and I'll let Bobby describe why as I focus.
Yeah, sure. He's going to open up with a buffered backdash to the right so that Carla actually teleports to the right, jump over and manipulate the position so that most of her attacks, are evaded from you and can come from the front. So you'll be able to evade most this way. That lightning damage is really slow. But now here's the actual next fight that Bowie's going to be concentrating on. This is Flaus. Flaus is mainly defensive, and we can take advantage of this by attacking straight off. She's going to defend, she's going to back off, but we are also going to bait those lunge attacks over to the left so that when we do lay on the DPS and eventually finish the boss fight, again, we can mitigate that travel time for the end. So this is still very, very fairly short boss fight, and she's at the left side of the screen, and less travel time is needed. So that's really, really good. And as for Carla, we'll be seeing her a little later in the run.
Yeah, she's not done just yet. Yeah, she's got a little bit more to do. More zombies. If you get hit by these guys, they do poison you. The poison doesn't like reduce your damage or anything, but reduce your HP or anything, but it reduces your damage. You deal less damage, which is interesting. I think someone mentioned that's something to do with D&D. I haven't played it, weirdly enough, so I wouldn't know. No one, please
that poison
say a word about that.
That poison status is also pretty akin to like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, where your stats are reduced, you'll deal less damage. Very nice knife float right there to get that little bit of height to land on that ledge.
Yeah, that one was a really nice one to see, because again, the idea is to shoot arrows at the wheels, and then the wheels will like slowly raise the elevator. But it's nice that we can get enough height with the wind float and then the knife float afterwards in order to get that jump skipped. Now I'm going to cast Will-O-Wisp here to kill both of the Shadow Stalkers. They're not solid if you're looking at them, so we have to face away first. Now these guys suck.
Yeah, but we actually need them because, like we were alluding to a little bit earlier in the run, we actually need to kill 40 enemies in order to get a little weapon drop. But you actually want your 40th enemy to be a shade so you can get a specific weapon drop, because that attribute of the weapon is actually a couple bosses' weaknesses.
Yeah, which is really, really helpful. I know that some runners don't do this. The best runner from Japan, Poppenheim, does something a little bit slightly different, but I tend to go for it. It's one of those runner's choice things. I had to kill an extra 2 because I fell down after I got knocked by 2 of them, and I couldn't be bothered to go back. So, but yeah, 40 kills. Why is that relevant? Is because drops are not random. In order to basically, different enemies have different kill requirements for their drop, and they're stage based. So when you enter the stage and load into the stage, because again they're self-contained, the count will then start. And if the shade is the 40th kill, I get my dark bow. So here's what we needed the 5 keys for: is for this elevator to go down. I'm going to be going, maybe I think it's 3 more screens until our next boss fight against Carla once again, but she's got a different baddie to summon this time. But first off, I just want to get my, please, that's the worst feeling in this game. There we go, 1, 2. It should appear on this screen. If it doesn't, I can just reload it. There it is, perfect.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so the worst feeling in this game, because when it comes to the way we do this, I have to reverse my inputs for my slide and backdash. So if I'm doing this, it's down, right, left, down, right, left, down, right, left, which if you kind of get this, but the timing can't be a certain way. So if I do it at the same time, I won't turn around. So it's, you know, left, then L1, and then down, right, then X. So it's really hard to keep it in rhythm. Again, Carla 1 is straightforward, same thing as last time, but I don't have to jump over her for this final bit here. But the next fight does matter.
Yeah, so this is the next fight, phase 2, is the Archdemon God, who is actually weak to dark, which is why we pick up the dark bow. She's going to transform here a little bit, and as soon as the sword picks up, that's when she's able to be hit. So Bowie's going to lay on the DPS and stutter step forward. The Archdemon drips a lot of blood wolves right there that are active hitboxes. Really, really nice, and going right into the end of the screen, again, mitigating that travel time. That is actually a really, really precise movement to that boss fight. Carla 2 is dying.
That's a really hard fight because, again, the wolves are chasing you, but you can't go too far because the blade has to come forward and then you can move forward. So you have to be really, like, very tetchy with your movement and then kind of get away from the wolves as they're closing in. This next bit is the hell way, and I hate it. It's hell. So I'm going to jump on to force the Valkyrie to stay high so I can get underneath. There we go, lovely. And then hopefully this last guy decides to... okay, good. That's our first way through. This is actually... we're going out of our way to get this Windstorm, but it's the spell variation because there's 2 items called Windstorm. Don't know why. So this is Spellstorm, and it's very, very powerful. Oh, okay. There we go. We're good, I think. Yeah, we're good. Whew, no damage. Let's go. Why? Okay, well, I'm not going to get hit now. There we go. Not this time. So, I'm going to have a small cutscene coming up, so when I get in here, I'm just going to swap my element for healing, and we got some time for one quick donation, if we have one.
Of course we do one.
Perfect.
Let's see. Hey, look, 2 of my favorite great streamers combining their strength for a great cause. Bobby the Hero and the Bowiethestic. Wait. Hashtag fighting claws. That was Ashma188.
Thank you very much, I do appreciate it. We've got a really, really cool thing here coming up. I'm just going to slow down my descent into a double pogo. So I'm just going to do 2 vertical pogos up here to skip that room because there's a lot of platforming to do and I don't like platforming too much. He says 20-odd minutes into a platforming speedrun. So I'm going to quickly go out my way to get 2 items. First off, the second wind upgrade. A wind upgrade is the equivalent of 1 soul level, so I'm technically at soul level 5 right now, which means I'm pretty strong. And I'm getting water breathing. This allows me to breathe underwater, who'd have thought? And yeah, just switch to the guitar again, because it's my weapon of choice. Float over and get here. So we are coming up next. Who likes crocodiles? Not me. All those really, really wide-angled claws from the. That's definitely the wrong spell. There we go.
And when it comes to crocodiles, especially like casually, these creatures are extremely tanky, extremely tough, and they deal a bunch of damage, like equal to about like a third of your health. So you want to do your best to not, get hit by it. Windstorm that we picked up is incredibly powerful, hits for many DPS values and all that. And
I definitely missed that. I didn't do my first one. There we go, that's better. No, that's okay.
More crocs.
Yeah, so this is a pretty hard section. You got to wait, do a little bit of weirdness. You're going to hit me again, I know you are. Whew, that was close. That was definitely not good. Don't panic, I'm a professional.
It's okay. This is like one of the silliest boss fights in the entire game, and yeah, take it away.
This is a strat called Narcissist Arse. So this is Nars.
Every time he gets me every time.
So we're going to actually knife flow over him because you're meant to fight him from the front. However, two-handed sword. Bam, bam, bam.
What I tell you about getting in the kitchen.
So to explain that, you're not. I don't think the devs ever. Please don't patch that. I don't think the devs ever thought that we'd ever use the knife float to get over Nars and attack him from the back. So they didn't turn on iframes between hits. So every single frame of like swing counts as a hit. So you just melt Nars. Nars has the second highest HP pool in the entire game. So that is why that is quite a significant trick. Okay, so I'm going to just kill that crocodile because I don't like him. We've got a little bit of movement here again, so we have some time for some more donations, if there are any to be read. Hit me.
Oh boy, I like to hear that.
Hell yeah.
Well, we've got a $10 donation from Guybrush Freema saying, "It smells like updog in here." Not much. And you? Joking, from Germany. And that $10 goes to Castlevania Symphony of the Night Crowd Control, the category upgrade for the randomizer, if I'm not mistaken, which will be closing after this run. Then we've got Plexa with $50 saying, "Swag is time neutral, #fighting class," which also goes to the Castlevania upgrade. Cool. Polister with $9 says, "Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood Polister here, and I want to see that 25k. He also donates to Castlevania.
Thank you very much. Just quickly, we got Pyrotest 2 here, our second boss fight of this stage. She's very, very, very fast compared to her first variation. She's got more what they call knives as well. So she's pretty tough, but goes down pretty fast. Sorry to interrupt. We do have a long cutscene now. I know, cutscenes. So we have about like 30, well, actually no, like a minute?
Yeah.
A minute? You have plenty of time for about 4 or 5 donations, I think, before a nice smooth section. I'm going to enjoy some tea. Let's enjoy some donation.
Ananas donates $50 saying, "I believe I heard randomizer. That sounds really charity friendly. Let's get it met." And donates to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night Crowd Control upgrade. We've got Lupus with $10 saying, "Nothing but donating to the Castlevania one." We've got an anonymous $15 donation. And we've got Silent Princess donating $20 saying, "Let's go, Twitch chat, let's go." Is that a Rickroll I see peeping in the audience?
Yeah, that is. Time for one more then before we crack on.
Oh, we've got a $5 donation from Benny1 saying, "Damn, you are fast, Bowie."
Oh, thank you. No one's ever said that to me before. So this is a dream sequence here in the quote-unquote real world? No, this is the dream sequence. Of course, it's not the real world. This is a dream. That's definitely the way around it goes. These are lifeless kings. They hit me for 40 HP, so I want to try and avoid as many at times as I can. Don't! Jesus. So those lightning bolts have hit scan. If you know what that is, that means that the moment they are activated, they hit the entire distance they will travel. So that's pretty scary, but they hit me for 40, so if I take 3 hits, I'm dead. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to see these visions of Deedlit's old adventuring party. So this is obviously it's a D&D campaign, right? There were 6 players. Deedlit, Eto, Slain, Woodchuck, Pan, Deedlit's boyfriend. And then I can't remember the name of the dwarf. I'm really sorry to all dwarf fans that are out there. But we're getting into stage 5 now, which is stage 2, 4, and 5 are like the best music. But this one's the most like Vania-esque, I guess. I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is perhaps the most broken stage in the no outer bounds, because we're not going out of bounds, but we are going to do a boss skip by doing that. Pogo there is 1/2 to skip a bow and arrow segment puzzle thing. I'm going to get the Crimson Hammer on the way round. Now, this is going to be a little bit cool because we're going to do another Pogo Watch out for the Dryads on this Mimic here and get underneath that blade to the right and not get hit by that blade afterwards, please. Thank you. Now, because we can use Qatar, we're going to do another knife float to get up here, and this will give us our 3rd wind upgrade, giving us wind level 6 at max level. And we can also keep doing knife floats to get to the boss, so we don't need to get the windstorm jump upgrade, or jump storm as the community calls it, which is used to augment your double jump by making you go even further by holding up when you're doing the double jump. We don't actually need it, so sorry, mate. Back to windstorm. Now, this is my favorite fight, I think. This is Ashram, Pyrotess's boyfriend. What we're going to do is we're going to start by buffering in a slide, get right up into his grill, cast the windstorm spell, immediately change to wind, then hammer away for a little bit, change back to fire, get to the his left side. He's going to move to my left, throw out a wind attack. I can hammer away. He'll step back, ready a charge of some chains, get behind him, make him go into the wall, charge with windstorm, and hammer away until he dies, and get 100 MP for the 2nd phase of the fight.
It's not over yet.
Now we have to fight Imperfect Ashram, and the reason I need 100 MP is because I need to cast Windstorm twice. So I've actually manipulated his AI as well, because normally he jumps back to begin with, but because he's in the corner, he's going to jump forward instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack a little bit, jump back, and then 1, 2, 3 backdashes in time with him. He's then going to jump back into the Windstorm a little bit, give me a little bit more time to cast to make as much damage as possible with Windstorm and my Qatar in order to kill him before his desperation mode.
That was the good fight.
Cheers. I haven't knackered that for a while, but I did knacker it in my practice run before this, so I'm really glad that I got that. So, really weirdly, Pyrotess, who we've beaten up twice now, is turning into Data. I haven't really talked about the narrative in this game, which as an RPG speedrunner is sacrilege to me, but this is not an RPG speedrun, so it's too fast to really talk about the ins and outs of lore. I'm sorry, Ninzard. I do respect the lore, but not during this 45 minutes. But there's something about that. I guess we can talk about the fact that what is the Wonder Labyrinth? Well, there is this creature called Nile, which essentially is a god or a demon, if you will, of like I don't want to say sadness, but I guess like grief and mischief of sorts. And basically, Pan, as you may have noticed, like Pan earlier got stabbed. Pan died, and it kind of like affected Deedlit pretty badly because she loves him. And basically that allowed Nile to like latch onto her and drag her into the Wonder Labyrinth, which is where we are, and we're just trying to escape essentially. Because we got the purple door, we can get straight out of stage 5 into the final stage, because again we ripped that apart without Windstorm. Stage 6 on the dice, and we're going to do some more Windstorm skip shenanigans. So I'm going to focus here because this is a lot of tricky movement, but yeah, I'm going to need to let him come up, and he stays up. Those harpies, I hate harpies. Really annoying. I'm going to do a quick... Come down, please. Not over there. Please. Dragons, man. Double pogo. And then can you take the screen? Because damn.
Oh, yeah. So there's going to be a couple of damage boosts that he kind of has to do a little bit later on in this. Especially with these big green enemies called basilisks. If you do body contact damage, they take literally a third of your health.
Dead. No! See, that's the harpy being an absolute bunch of poos. Oh, man.
Yeah, like stage 6 is an absolute, gauntlet of a whole bunch of, enemy traps and just powerful explosions and radiuses and ranges to these attacks, so...
Yeah, I haven't died there for a long time, so that feels bad if ever I've seen one. But it's okay! He shouldn't have turned around, but he did. I was too fast. Okay, we'll try this again. Second time's the charm. But yeah, the harpies, if they get caught, like basically it was up and it moved down when I was sliding through, and that basically made me get caught between it, and I'd already taken a hit and I couldn't heal up fully, which meant that was just treacherous. So I could have maybe waited for my slide a little bit, but... this is just a marathon safe thing. I would normally just try and jump and hope that he's not a total arse. But we go again. I think that's my only real error today. That's speedrunning for you. Okay, we do this again, and you're not going to be mean to me, are you?
Nice.
That was good. Yeah, the dragons were playing nice. Manticores. There is also some weirdness where like this game doesn't really lag, but there are moments when it like stutters or like freezes for like literally like moments, and one of them is when I'm trying to do a turnaround there. So, oh, now you behave. What?
Always during the marathon, but
yeah,
he's gonna want to take at least a couple more of those basilisk hits.
Perfect. Okay, so the dragon stayed down. It can come up if I did this differently. I'm just going to do this hover, jump over. So the reason I'm coming here first is because I need to open the last door in the game, which is the white door. And we're going to skip that weapon because we don't need it because the Qatar is too good. Now here's the final hellway, the gauntlet, which is the hardest part of the game when you're on any kind of pace.
Yeah, you definitely want to be at full HP for this. It's two body contact damages from the basilisk, and you actually want to take one projectile hit right there. And if this room is done correctly, then you should have at least 5 HP left. Again, we only have 100.
Cool.
There we go. All right.
At least I didn't screw that up. Okay, so here's the boss rush. Every single fight we have done, Mega Man style, but we're going to absolutely destroy it because we have Windstorm. So.
Yeah, we have Windstorm, we have Wind level 6.
Yeah. Can we get a woo every single kill, please? Yeah. Woo! Okay, here we go. So we're going to go for Ifrit first because Windstorm. That's not, I want the Qatar. And then I'm just going to do the same thing as last time, get underneath the hand. And so do you remember Shooting Star? Woo! There we go. Do you remember Shooting Star? Yes, no? Thumbs up, yeah? Yeah, woo, yeah, woo, yeah.
I mean, blink and you'll miss it.
Have a look at his HP bar when it finally loads in, please, if it ever does. So top right, just look at his HP bar. That's the power of Windstorm. You're like a Mexican wave with the cardboard cutouts. What's really cool as well is the Windstorm's so good because we also have an MP regen, excuse my stutter, every fight, so we can just spam it, and that's really why the spell storm is so good because we can just continually use it.
Yeah, for the boss rush, we only get to see Carla once, but we get to see her 2 phases, respectively. So it's still going to be a bit more the same.
I definitely did that wrong. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she's going to last a little bit longer than she should. There we go. Go on, Argic. Okay, so the demon god's a little bit different because I need to stay move with. No, we move too fast there. There we go. That was a bit of a bad fight, but
nice.
Woo! There we go. This is what I've missed. Welcome back to live events. Hey! Okay, so we have Narcissist arse ×2. However, who likes squeaky hammers?
The crowd really liked you beating that ass right there.
Oh yeah! Wow. Okay, so I've gone back to Qatar and I've equipped the Will-O-Wisp again because it's back to Pyrotest. So we're gonna beat up another Dark Elf.
Yeah, this is Pyrotest number 2, so it's still going to be like the same really, really quick movements and a lot more projectiles than the first fight.
Slide underneath those things because we can. And then back to Fire to finish the fight off. Thanks for coming, love. Okay, back to Wind because we're going to have to fight Beld now. You remember I skipped a boss? His name was Beld, and he is sucky. He's actually kind of annoying because he's only weak to stone. So get back! Okay, he hit me because he's horrible. I want to stand in the wind here, get my MP back, and I'm going to have to backdash here because he's horrible.
Yeah, he was going to go for a grab.
Yeah, if he jumps at you, he grabs you and then throws you all the way across the screen. So we're back to what's his face, Ashram now. You saw how badly I spanked him earlier. It's going to be even better now because we're even stronger. So I'm just going to focus, let him go to the left-hand side, jump out of the way of the wind, keep hammering away, let him step back, ready his chains, get him against the wall for finish. Oh, there we go. Okay, can we get a drum roll then for the imperfect Ashram? Let's hear that. Oh, this is going to be quite long if you're starting now.
There we go, AI manipulation, so he jumps forward, and he's going to 1, 2, 3.
Keep going, keep going. Keep going, hold it. One more! Way! And that's the boss rush. One final boss fight remains. We've got a little bit of movement to go through and a few more bits of, like, you know, knife floating and all that kind of stuff. So let's take it away with our donations. Let's hit it.
We like hearing that, so let's go. We've got a $25 anonymous donation going to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night crowd control upgrades to a randomizer, which is over halfway now. So if you could keep going with that, that would be great. We've got a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, some of the time-saving moves in this game remind me of a troll physics meme. We've got Definitely Not FX with $15 saying, what does this button do? Oh, it sends money to runner's choice. Good luck, Bowie. We'll sort that after the run.
Cheers, 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 thank you.
Larry gives $20. Did you know Bowie loves garden parties? Let us turnip the beat for him. Yes, that's painful, I know.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Hungry Moogle, donated $5 saying, happy to catch the live run after watching all the work you put in. Hashtag fighting class.
So much
Which
indeed.
also goes to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night crowd control randomizer upgrade.
Just one more as well, because we're coming up to the final boss.
We've got a $100.69 donation from Anonymous with Love Heart. And yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you so much indeed for all those wonderful donations. This is the final boss fight. I'm going into wind. Let's do this.
Yeah, this is an incredibly large gauntlet of boss fight. So the first part is actually memory. The memory boss fight takes place in very static, non-random phases. Parn will actually do these attacks every time, and they're going to change into Deedlit's various cast members. There's a long, lengthy magic attack there. He's going to teleport a third time into the corner, and we're going to try to outline with the... come on. With the Parn's sword. If you complete that phase 1 damage list, that was damage list by the way, the Parn sword will drop, and that is one of the most powerful weapons in this game. And now the second phase of this final boss, Nile. Nile comes with a myriad of attacks, a myriad of phases, and hopefully we only get to see a handful of them. We got the giant eye, which will spawn 2 cannons, and yeah, very, very, very voraciously looking enemy.
Also, I'm just going to pause 1 second. There's flashing lights at the end of this fight, so if you do have photosensitive epilepsy, look away when I finish. Thank you very much indeed.
All right, phase 1, 2 cannons will shoot out dark energy and also swing from back to forth, in and out. So we're going to keep that nice. that nice movement there, and these phases are going to go like extremely quickly. We're going to try to maneuver over the fire phases and make sure that we get the DPS in for the next phase to where we'll summon a lot more Jin or wind storms. All right, now we have a whole bunch of eyes which will home in on you. Bao is going to manipulate them to, go a little bit out of range because they will dive and create very dark pillars at you. This is another phase where you have to complete the shades in order to go into this popcorn phase. The projectiles will be the same every time, but it's up to you, the runner, to actually maneuver and complete this before Niall does the desperation attack. What? No, it's still possible. Will Bowie do it?
Of course I will!
Of course he will! And remember, be sure to look away if you are photosensitive right now, because the screen will flash with a whole bunch of bright lights.
Yeah, this speeds up basically. Yeah.
But time is not over yet. We are almost done though, and we have successfully escaped the labyrinth.
Yeah, I got hit at the end. I was so bummed about that. I was trying to to duck, but yeah, the popcorn phase is really hard. It is set, but it's really, really tricky. I wanted to do that damage list completely, but I'm silly. I didn't drop down quick enough for the 2 shots, but yeah, the Nile fight is really good. It takes a lot of practice to kind of get all those phases down damageless, but it is what it is. But yeah, after basically confronting the reality, she knows that in real life, Parn is actually dead, and she was in this dream state of the Wonder Labyrinth, thinking she can save him, and she just couldn't. But accepting reality, accepting truth allows her to escape from Niall's grasp, and then we return to the real world. And actually, this ending is where, because there is a new book in the Lodoss War canon that has come out, the book continues on from this ending. So if you are interested in following the story, then start reading a book, watch a full OVA of anime, then 2 other follow-ups, and then play this game, and then read another book. It's almost Kingdom Hearts like.
Yeah, but I can pronounce all these names.
Yeah. It is also like just as you know, lengthy in terms of game title names. So all I'm going to do is just backdash now because again we haven't got all those upgrades because they were part of the dream. And then we were going to just get to the final screen. You'll see the Wonder Labyrinth flash up one more time, and I want everyone to say the line that comes up on screen because it's going to be great. Here we go. Everyone, 3, 2, 1, time. I see.
I see.
There we go. That's Deedlit and 1-1 the Labyrinth in 42-44. Let's go.
That is absolutely fantastic, everybody. This has been extremely fantastic, especially thank you very much for having me on here, Mr. World Record Holder himself.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't quite hear that. Sorry. It was, everyone was so loud I couldn't hear my host. Say that again, my friend. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no worries. We have a lot of donations to get through, obviously, and we'll get through those, and then I'll set up for the Outer Bounds. So let's go ham with donations.
We've got 4 donations for the Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer upgrade. One anonymous donation for $25. Thank you for that. And an ace saying, come on now, guys, not that long until we'll get to see the Black Tastic suffer. Let's make it all that more sweeter for the betterment of mankind. That was $50.
That's going to be suffer-tastic.
And another one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Another one for $75.21. Don't mind me, just smoothing out my donation total. Thank you, Ananase. And that guy Kim with $100. Loving this Bowie Bobby run. Gotta see Bobby do the randomizer next.
Oh yeah.
Thank you all.
Excellent. As a quick one, Team Ladybug makes really good games. They made a Metrovania called Toho Lunar Nights, which has a kind of, I think it's got like a cool like time freeze. There's a Toho fan in the audience. Just the one. Yeah, so that's a really cool game with like some time freeze mechanics, I think, or like kind of like just position shifting. But they made another one which no one knows about, which isn't released anywhere. But they kind of like, it was put onto the internet and people downloaded it, which is a Shin Megami Tensei spin-off game called Synchronicity Prologue, which is about Jack Frost and Pyro Jack teaming up, which is kind of like where this kind of idea came from, the whole 2 color switching. If you can find it, it's brilliant. But that was a really, really cool game. But Ladybug are known for their great pixel art and smooth animation. Yeah, anyway, continue as you were, sorry. Any more thingies, plugs, donations, stuffs? No? Okay. Reader.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd like to remind everyone that we are raising money for Alzheimerfonden. Alzheimerfonden is a Swedish fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. So, you know, it's going to the good cause.
Absolutely. Yeah, obviously, I mean, we hit 25k during my run. I think that was, I didn't say that, but that was, I really wanted to hit that. So thank you very much for hitting $25,000. Quarter of the way to our total. If we can hit this is going to be a bit much, but I'm challenging you. Yes, you. Not you. Move out the way. You. Yes. Let's get to 30k by the end of his randomizer.
Yeah.
Which is definitely happening. You're going to make it a randomizer.
Yeah, we have to make it a randomizer. And as the host said, we are over half the way met to that incentive. So if you want to see me get lost, if you want to see me suffer, and if you want to see that eventual $100,000 by the end of this week, you want to get your donations in toward that randomizer and a whole bunch more incentives to come this marathon.
Let's go Twitch chat.
Let's go.
Let's go Twitch chat. Can we put a question mark at the end of this, please? Because it's not the end, because I have to do an Outer Bounds showcase. Thank you very much for meeting that. That was a big amount with the 1500s. That's awesome of you. Obviously, that was the no Outer Bounds category. The reason I like that compared to this one, the Outer Bounds, is not that the Outer Bounds are not like good or anything. I think they're really cool. I just like focusing on that sheer execution. And the screens that we do skip, while skipping them is great. I really like them, so I just do know how to bounce for that. But yeah, so this always shouldn't take too long. I'm not sure if you're going to have an estimate up for this, for like 5 minutes-ish, I think. But there are 2 main ones that we use for the run, but then there's one that I really like that doesn't really do anything just yet. Hopefully we can do something with it at some point. But yeah, so let's crack on. I'll do them in order of when they pop up in terms of, I'll do run, relevant, and then the other one afterwards. So we're going to go back all the way to stage 2. At this save point here that I've got here, I've already defeated Jin and Ifrit. I don't actually know if we need to do this in all honesty, but I'm doing it with double jump because that's how I'm used to doing this. Because I've not actually done the run as it stands right now. So we're going to go quickly back into stage 2, into the room where we grabbed the zebra. And so how this works essentially is that you know that I can basically when I do a slide, I can just like cancel that with you know, this kind of movement whenever I want. So even if I'm in the middle of it, I can immediately back there. And you can see the after effect. So you know the after effect from the slide, right? You can see her there. I'm in the middle of the air whilst I'm doing that. So let's do that here. Okay, where are we? Well, we're underneath the floor right now, and you can see me attacking there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the left. Now, the way this works is that whenever there's like, if you look on the map, you've got these like thick lines where segments end. Well, that's kind of like a seam. So I'm going to move all the way to the left here. I'm going to keep going. Hello. I'm going to go all the way left. If you look on the little mini-map on the bottom left, I'm going to go past the blue door, which we unlocked earlier. I'm going to keep going to this little one door here, all right? So I'm going to go to the left, shan't I? Let's go to the left. Wait. No, wait, where? Where? Oh no, I'm falling! Don't die! Oh no! And we're in the shooting star room. How do you get out? How do you get back in bounds? Well, thankfully, for the purposes of this one trick, the cutscene forcibly pushes us back in bounds. If you don't there we go, hello. If you try and do it normally, you actually end up like stuck in the wall and you can't, like I've done this when Shooting Star's already dead and you just get stuck in the wall because you can't get out and there's no seam to use. And then, yeah, what that does, if you remember, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor, but there's that big movement to go and open the green door and then coming all the way back down to do it. So it skips like a good third of this stage and it's really, really nice. So that's the first one. 2 more to go. And I'm going to go to my... I also just want to show off my ultimate file, which is, you know, 100% because, you know, haha. That's what it looks like. Yeah, nice map. So again, I mentioned that all the stages are self-contained. Keep that in mind because I'm going to blow your minds. So this is stage 3. Yeah, stage 3. Sorry, I'm just trying to erase that stage from my memory. So this is the second one. I was mentioning it was when we got this room. So it's going to be the same thing here. I'm going to essentially slide under here and get stuck below. I did that first time. There is a way you can actually get stuck in the lip above, and then you just like hover there and you stay there forever. But I'm going to move to the right, and what this is going to do is shoot me down all the way down those screens that I skip and puts me out of bounds here. You can see my dust trail. But we can actually forcibly get ourselves back in bounds for this one. Because I'm right here. Hello. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do another slide and backdash cancel, and it will push me back in bounds, skipping that long trail all the way back down. And then you would just naturally continue the stage as you go. And that's number 2. Which brings me to my final one, which is in stage 1, which I think is funny for a variety of reasons, because it's not as simple as the first 2, where you just kind of do the slide backdash. I mean, yeah, that is what you do. I'm going to go and save, though, because you can softlock this if you're silly, or do it. There's like a slight thing you can do that causes a softlock, so, ow. Goblins, after all this time, still the bane of my life. Quick save. Very quick save. Mate, that feels so good. Just a slide killing a goblin. Oh, that's a good feeling. 1 second. Sorry. I'm very sadistic. I don't know. Okay, so water sucks, right? Look at this slow movement. That's not very nice. We don't like that. Okay, so it takes place on this one. Now, I'm not actually going to use the lip above me to push me under. I'm going to do this here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide into the wall and do a turnaround backdash rather than a slide regular backdash. And that will put me under here, so you can see I'm now here. You can get stuck here, and you can also sometimes get out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to wind and jump here. So you can see my sword coming out here. This is hard, so I might softlock this. So I'm going to do a slide to the right and then another turnaround backdash, which will put me not there. There. Okay, cool. Now here I am. Hello, this is me. I'm now hovering, and I'm going to do knife. I'm going to do down left knife floats and see what happens to me. I'm going to go to the right. Whee! You actually cannot activate the warp point there. I've tried it, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to back slide out. Thank you. So I'm now here. Now, again, we can't really do much with this just yet, but what I am going to do is, the reason I want to be a Ultimate Fighter is because I need Windstorm. So I can just use this, bit of hover height, and then Windstorm jump up to the top. Now, as I mentioned, the walls are solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of fun stuff with being out of bounds here, because this imp, no imp, imp, no imp. Even better, water, no water. So for some reason, for this particular trick, when we jump up, it doesn't load the new screen, so it just loads the old screen. Oh, the old screen stays there, but it despawns it. So that just stays there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something really, really cool. So I don't need to keep an eye on the map here. Cause I can just go to the left, and it's going to keep loading the same screen because it's broken until we get to. Okay, here we are. I want to again. As I said, all the stages are self-contained, so right now only stage 1 is loaded. So when I jump up here, I should be in stage, 4? But there's no stage 4, so I'm still in stage 1. So what happens, I guess, if we keep going so far out of bounds that there's no more stage 1 to fall into? Because again, stage 1 ends here. Any guesses? What happens when there's no more stage to load? Let's find out. You keep falling. Oh, hello, there we are. Keep going, you got this, Deedlit. You're going to be fine. And where are we going? We're there. Oh. And there you go. That's our out of bounds. If someone can make, like, if there's probably more out of bounds that we don't know about, but that is what happens when you clip so far out of the map that there's no more map to go to. The universe is
take fall damage in this game.
Yeah, a lot of full damage. The universe is an ever-expanding place, we think, until game over, I guess. So that was a bit of a deep and dark way to end it. But no, thank you so much to ESA for giving Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth a chance. Thank you for having me. Thank you to all of the donations that have come through, everyone who has donated from my community and beyond, and to everyone who's helped make ESA possible and the success that we're having here. Everyone obviously being here. Live event! Let's go! I've missed it so much. It's ridiculous.
Same.
Shout outs to obviously this man on my left. You are a king, a scholar, a gentleman, and one hell of you look great in a bandana, so I think you should keep that. Not that one, but keep the look.
You're looking at, it's like you're talking to a mirror.
Yeah, basically.
Like you're the one that has done not only a really great event, but you also look good in the bandana.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Also, a shout outs to the community for Deedlit. Sabera, who kind of like is our main mod, and she's done so much work and she's awesome. And a lot of the strats that I use there are hers, and taught us a lot. Jado, as I said, has done a lot. Benja and Bozo, those two have pushed me onwards and onwards and onwards with this run. And Poppenheim, he and I are the only two sub-40s in this game. And when I saw that he got one, that was what motivated me to get it. So thank you very much for being a great inspiration. And my community, the fighting class, I love you. Keep on shining. And my friend, my Moon Bros, Magus, Sake, Happy, Mooniz. God, high spirits, Slurpee, everyone, you're awesome. And the Deuceler.
The pro Deuceler.
I love that man. What a guy. But yeah, that's everything. You got any final shout outs before we go? Obviously, also to you guys, because you're brilliant.
Obviously.
I was about to swear there, so I'm sorry, I held back. Yeah.
No, my shout outs are definitely if you want to be a part of this regular Lodoss War, Deedlit, and Wonder Labyrinth community.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
This is such a welcoming, open community. There are a lot of guides that are really, really in-depth written on SRC, so you can hit the ground running with this speedrun. This is actually a really good Metroidvania-esque game to start on. So
it's the best Metroidvania you haven't heard of. Also, I have one final one, and that's to my family, my brother, I'll use their online names because I don't want to, for Slade and May, I love you both from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for everything you've done for us forever. It's been tough, and I adore you both. Thank you very much for being there for me in every moment, through it all, and for your support. I wouldn't be here without you, so I love you. And also to my brother-in-law, Ilti, that's his tag again. Again, like, I love you, like, from the bottom of my heart. So thank you very much for being there, and I'll see you soon. I will see you soon because they live in Sweden, and I'm gonna go see them. Let's go. So yeah, take care. I'll see you soon. Let's hit 100K. Done. Let's go. Move on.
Hey, we're almost to 26.